Welcome back to YAFI. Is it YAFI? YAFI. I like YAFI better. You asked for it, which, may I bring up now, is coming live July 11th. July 11th, it will be live. We will be doing that at church. If you want to submit questions for that, you can go to our website or on our Facebook page, and there will be a form you could fill out. You can pick out the worship set, you can pick out the opener, and then you can also ask questions that you may have interest in being asked.
Should we post those services, the message? I mean, we can't post the music, but should we post the message section online, or do people just have to be here?
That's a good question. I think it's one of those be here or miss it.
You snooze, you lose.
That's
we're gonna have to
harsh.
decide. That's
harsh.
pretty harsh, though.
That. Yeah.
Looks like a staff meeting discussion.
We did not pick it on July 4th weekend.
Correct.
Right.
So
It's
it's
July
the
11th.
following.
Correct.
Okay. Well, anyway, that's not what we're doing today.
But we do have a question for today.
We are doing that today.
But we do have a question for today. And we are not using the questions you send in for the service in these videos. These are specifically for us to answer on our videos. Here's the question. I don't know if this has been asked or discussed yet, but can you talk about abortion?
I can talk about it.
Okay.
Like just information?
Yeah, well, here we go.
Abortion is
Here's what an abortion is. What is your stance on it as a Christian? When is it okay? Is it ever okay? And what do you think Jesus would say?
Okay, can you...
I just may.
Day by day.
Okay. Is it ever okay? What would Jesus say?
Day by day. By day.
By day.
By day. Wait, can you pull that up again?
Yeah.
And just ask me those questions and then give me 1 second in between each of them.
Okay. 1 second in between them.
Yep.
Can you talk about abortion?
Yes.
What is your stance on it as a Christian?
Same as every other sin, it's wrong.
When is it okay?
Never.
Is it ever okay?
Nope.
What do you think Jesus would say?
Don't do it.
Okay. So even if it's
2 minutes and 55 seconds on the audio recorder.
Wow. Wow.
It's not even that long here.
That's right. If you have any questions, you can hit it. So there then becomes the questions. What ifs?
Yeah, it's always the what ifs.
It always is. It's the buts and the what ifs, right? That's always the thing.
Okay.
So, okay.
How about we refer to the female?
Oh my goodness.
There we go.
On this one.
Yes, I have the power. Okay, so the answer is yes, we can talk about it. No, it is not okay. It is a sin just like any other sin. If you do it, are you going to hell? No, you're not going to hell.
Well, I mean, maybe.
Well, if you don't believe in Jesus.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, I just want to be technically accurate.
You can be a non-believer and get an abortion and go to hell. Sure.
Yep. If you are a believer, can you have an abortion? Yes, you can. Is it what God wants? No, it's not. Is he going to still love you? Yes, he will. But is it what he wants for your life? No, it's not. So it's just like any other sin. And
in God's eyes, yeah, for
correct.
sure. For sure.
But is it murder? Yes, it is murder.
It is.
I know, as far as I'm concerned, the only time it might be okay is if the woman's life is in danger. Like,
that's one of them.
For me, that's the only thing that...
Which, statistically speaking, is less than 0.1% of the time. And usually, even in those cases, I mean, there's lots of, but what about these scenarios? But the statistical... It's such an anomaly.
Right.
And the fact is, most of the time, there are options for an emergency C-section. Like,
yes,
murder doesn't have to be the first and only option.
Correct. I know that there's somebody very close to me that was, she got pregnant out of wedlock, and somebody close to us said, "Hey, I'll pay for your abortion." And that broke my heart to hear that that person would do that and offer that. Luckily, that did not happen.
Good.
They said, no, I'm going to have my child. When I was pregnant, they want to do these tests to see if your baby's healthy, so that you know if your baby's not healthy and you can have an abortion. And I just said, you know what? I don't want to know. I don't want to know the sex of my baby. Like, we just wanted just to meet our baby. When we met it, each time we had 3 boys. And if I have a child that isn't society's version of normal, well, that's
right.
okay. Because just check yourself. You're not normal. None of us are. We all have problems. We might not have like visible physical things, but we all have our own issues.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm even that one's close to home because my wife and I, she had a miscarriage the first time. So then the second time she got pregnant, it was like 7.5, 8 months in, and then the baby started killing my wife. So they were like, okay, the vitals on everybody's dropping. The babies are dropping, hers are dropping. So we got to do something. And they did it. We were like, emergency C-section, just get it out and let's see what's going on. And now we've got Violet. So, and everybody's good. The second Violet came out, both their vitals went right up again. I don't know what the heck was. It was like, no, they couldn't explain it, you know. And coincidentally, they first thought it was her appendix, so they took her appendix out while she was pregnant. So her appendectomy scar is like way up here. It's funny because everything's not in the right spot. But yeah. So that's, even if it is involving the health of the woman, there's ways around that.
I cannot see, and I've had conversations with my wife about this, and what if somebody raped one of our daughters, sort of thing.
That's the other one. What about rape or incest?
I cannot see how I could ever justify murdering. Abortion is murder. Murdering a human life. From God's perspective, He's very clear. Knit us together in our mother's womb, knew us before we were born, created in His own image. Even science, if they find 2 cells on Mars, they will qualify that as life. So okay, everybody knows that's life. Okay. Now, whether it's conscious or any of that, all of those, in my opinion, are stupid things to even bring up because we don't apply that equally across the board with all human life. If somebody's in a coma, we don't just elect to kill them, sort of thing. So none of that, but even in rape or incest, you know what? Life just ain't fair. There's a lot of just crappy situations we have to go through and we have to take the weight of, and it costs us something, and that never justifies sin.
Right. It's
Not
a
once.
broken world.
It's a broken world. You know what? I have to deal with people who can't drive well. It's horrible.
Or park well.
Or park well, especially. I don't have the opportunity to just go shoot them in the face. That's not a thing. We don't do that.
I mean, you can.
I suppose I have the opportunity. I don't have the right to do that.
Right.
A woman's rights, even up to life, do not supersede the unborn right. Now, may one of them die? Yeah. Because again, we live in a broken, crappy world. But for us to stand in the position of God and decide who lives and who dies, I cannot ever see a way that that somebody could justify that. And the fact that rape and incest is like, I don't remember the exact, but it's like about 2% or maybe even less of all abortion cases.
Right.
Blows that one out of the water. The fact when it risks a mother's life is less than, it's a fraction of 1%, blows that one out of the water. The fact is, almost every single abortion is just out of convenience.
Birth control.
And I think you think about Kevin's daughter, Leah. She's got the quads.
Yeah.
And I know she likes to say, well, the doctors had wanted her to get rid of one or two to make it safer for them. And she looks back and she's like, well, which one?
Yeah.
Which one of my 4 children that are healthy should I have gotten rid of?
That's crazy.
It gives me goosebumps right now, even saying that. But like, truly, like,
I remember seeing posts, I don't know if it was on Facebook or TikTok or something, but around Mother's Day for moms who had abortions and even had kids later on afterwards. And they're like, this is such a bittersweet day for me. You know, I had an abortion 15 years ago and like, what would my child have grown up to be? Or like, my gosh, we just, it's horrible. It's horrible. Abortion is never right. It is always wrong. It is always a sin. Jesus was clear. He never used the term abortion. People say, oh, the Bible doesn't say anything about abortion. Come on, let's be a little more intellectually honest with ourselves. It is very clear. Always wrong. Never a good excuse.
Right. And it almost always affects the woman later.
yep.
Yeah, for sure. In negative ways.
No, in not a good way. Yes, absolutely.
So there we go.
Okay. I think we've exhausted the abortion topic. Okay.
Pretty clear.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. If you have questions, you can submit them in the comment section of this video. Come see one of us, talk to us on a Sunday. There's lots of ways you can email them to us at contact@accesschurchonline.org. And we'll see you next week.
Woo!